For folks who, you know, look, I get emails, I get Twitter messages all the time saying thank you. I started doing jiu-jitsu because of the podcast. For people who think you can't do it, if your body works, you can do it. All right, you don't have to go in there and jump in there with killers. You take beginning classes, you learn some technique, and it's fun. And you know what, man? You gotta be able to be tapped out. When you get tapped out, just tap and go right back in and figure out what you did wrong and learn. And it is a vehicle for developing your whole life. Yeah. All martial arts are. You know, when you get through difficult things, a lot of people never physically get pushed. They don't understand what it feels like. They don't understand what it's like to really exert yourself and to try hard and to grow and accomplish. To accomplish, you know, something, to learn some new techniques, to develop and advance. It's so important for everything that you do. When you get really good at something as difficult as jiu-jitsu, it makes everything in your life better.
And when we say anybody can do it,
anybody.
That's not a sales pitch. Anybody can do it. Little girls, little 5-year-old, 6-year-old girls do jiu-jitsu. Yeah. Old ladies do jiu-jitsu. Anybody can do it. You know, contrary to popular belief, you go to jiu-jitsu school, it's not these barbaric animals that want to rip your arm off. It's the opposite, because
mostly nerds.
Yeah, it's mostly
our classes nerds. Are mostly like computer nerds who will kill you.
Yeah, exactly. Computer nerds that are addicted to gaming.
Like Cade. Like if you didn't know Cade, you know, you look at Cade Nelson. He's wicked. His jiu-jitsu's wicked, and he's a very small guy. He's like 140 pounds at the most, right? He's not a big guy.
He's 130. Black belt.
Nasty technique. Yeah. Nasty technique. But if you look at him, he's like all skin and bones, man.
And he's the nicest guy on the planet.
Nicest guy.
You know, it's totally not a bunch of killers who just, you know, literally, yes, you learn jiu-jitsu, you are learning how to kill people, but
they're not animals. They're not mean people. They're like really cool, nice folks, you know, like so many of them. Like Brent. You know, you look at Brent, like what a nice-looking guy. Like, seems like just a normal, real friendly, nice to everybody. Yeah, choke your fucking lights out.
The sport itself, what's going on, what makes it so much fun, is a filter for douchebags. Yeah. Because in the sport of jiu-jitsu, the sport is, the game plan is to tap someone out, to put someone in a position in a chokehold or an arm bar. None of it hurts. You just tap out when you feel like you can't get out, and you tap out, give up, and then the guy lets go of the hold. So that's like a kill for you. No one got hurt, but you tapped out, you couldn't get out. Douchebags can't walk through the fire, those beginning stages where they're getting tapped out, they're losing the game, because they take it too personally. Everybody has an ego, but douchebags have the biggest egos, so they can't go into jiu-jitsu and go through the learning phases where they're losing, where they're tapping out, losing a game of death. You know, they can't handle it, so they never even get to jiu-jitsu. The only guys that make it through are the guys that have a complete control of their ego, where they tap out in the beginning all the time. You're always losing in the beginning. You're just tapping out. It doesn't hurt. You're tapping out, but your ego can get bruised if you don't have control of it. So what ends up happening is jiu-jitsu is the ultimate douchebag filter. You're left with a bunch of guys that had no problem tapping out and no problem submitting.
No problem dealing with reality, because the reality is every dickhead wants to think that he's the fucking man. Yeah. Every guy wants to think that, you know, there's so many guys that are like, bro, if I got into MMA, I'm telling you right now, I'm not into that MMA, but if I get into it, I'll fucking be running shit.
Yeah.
Fuck GSP. I'm a natural born fighter. Yeah. There's some dudes who are just natural. And those guys, they can't handle jiu-jitsu because some little Cade dude will choke their fucking lights out.
Yeah.